respected principal and my former dear student Dr. Gajendra Singh, Professor Jagadish, guest of honor, respected members of the faculty and well-dressed dear students. Very appropriately and very meaningfully we started the function by lighting the lamp. Once a student asked me, why should we waste that much of oil and lighting the lamp? Why can't we have a 100 watts bulb and just switch on? I asked this question to my guru. He said, my dear, lighting the lamp has a spiritual significance. Wonderfully he told me, which I want to share with you. It has a spiritual significance. I said, sir, explain. This is for you. Light symbolizes knowledge. Light symbolizes life. Light symbolizes hope. And when the light glows, your ignorance vanishes. Your ego is crushed. In a lamp, the wick symbolizes the ego. And as the light glows, the wick becomes shorter and shorter. The oil symbolizes ignorance that goes on diminishing. So while lighting the lamp, the wisdom, the knowledge glows, the ego is crushed and the ignorance is vanished. That's why lighting the lamp has a spiritual significance, he said. Gandhiji, these days students do not know who is Gandhiji. Other day I went to a college, I asked the student, do you know Gandhi? Gandhi gottu sir, yari gottille. Gandhi we know. Who is that? Pooja Gandhi. Not Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji said, love all cultures but live in your culture. What a statement. And my dear children, the wealth of a nation cannot be assessed, should not be measured by the hi-fi buildings, the five-star hotels, the economical state of that country. The real wealth of a country is the culture of that people in that nation. And the Indian culture is the best wealth of the country. And according to Indian culture, there are two things to follow. Number one, keep helping people. That's our philosophy. That's your profession. Your profession is mainly maintain that. Keep helping people. Paropakaraya punyaya. Paropakartaya idam shariram. My whole body is meant to help the people. Keep helping. But remember two things, because this is not a speech, these are words of wisdom. You must listen. The two things that we have to follow in life, keep helping people, but whenever you help somebody, just forget it. Don't remember it. I have done the help, I did it. Then it becomes a business, because you expect something for the help that's done. It becomes a vyavahara, vyapara. That's not it. So whenever you help somebody, just forget it, number one. But when somebody helps you, never forget it. Look at this beautiful statement. When you help somebody, forget it. But when somebody helps you, never forget it. You know why I am telling this? I have not forgotten Dr. Gajendra Singh and Chetan for inviting me in this beautiful function of Freshers' Day combined with the World Health Day. I'm thankful. I have no intention to deliver a terrible speech. A terrible speech is the one where the speaker does not know what he is talking and the audience do not understand what he has talked. And still he continues to talk, making everybody totally confused. That is a terrible speech. If you cannot convince people, confuse them. That's what the politicians do. It's not a terrible speech. Neither is a boring speech, I can assure you. A boring speech, according to a medical gastroenterologist, is the one where the speaker suffers from severe constipation of good words and loose motion of loose words. So it's not a boring speech also. A good speaker, which I have to tell you, because some of you might become a principal of a big director or any big post, who knows. You may have to be asked to speak in occasions. Remember, a good speaker does not speak what he knows, he speaks what the audience needs. He is a good speaker. Speak in such a way that the people love to listen to you, and listen in such a way that the man loves to speak to you. Look at this point. Speak in such a way that the people love to listen to you, and listen in such a way that the speaker loves to speak to you. So we both have a contract. A good speaker should have three senses. Number one, sense of time, samaya prajna. Some people don't know how to start the speech, starting trouble. Some people do not know how to end the speech, the ending trouble. And the real trouble for the audience, because you have to sit, here. That's why I asked Chetan how long I can speak. He said, sir, you can speak for any length of time, but after 1 or 2 hours, none of you will be here in this hall. So sense of time is very important, number one. Number two, you should come prepared for a speech. Many speakers, especially in the politics, they don't prepare at all. And they have the same dialogue. I'm happy to see you in such large numbers. Wherever he goes, same dialogue. Even during introduction, in spite of his busy schedule, the fellow had no busy schedule at all. He will be lying in the home. But still you say, in spite of his busy schedule, bogus. No busy schedule. So his speech is the same one. Such a fellow was asked once to come to inaugurate the Association of Widows. Widows has made an association, and this man comes the same way. I'm very happy to see you in such large numbers. The widows. Your number must increase every year. Otherwise, this association cannot grow at all. According to me, one member from each family should become the member of this association. If God willing, my wife should become the president of this association. So this is called as Sandarbha Prajna. Number one, Samaya Prajna. Number two, Sabdharma Prajna. Number three, Sabha Prajna. Remember this one. What did I say? Samaya Prajna, Sandarbha Prajna, Sabha Prajna. A good speaker should be looking at the audience. If the audience starts yawning, looking at their watches, talking to each other, and if they start giving untimely claps. What is untimely claps? Which doesn't remember. That's an indirect hint to the speaker, my dear, stop it. But he confuses it for appreciation, and he continues. That is your point. So a fellow was delivering a boring speech. Suddenly a fellow was starting from the other end with a stick. This man got worried. Whom are you looking at? Not you, sir. You continue to speak. I am looking at the person who called you here. So, a good speaker, my dear children, is like a good cook. Cook prepares the food as per the desire of the people. The speaker also speaks what the audience need, not that what he knows. Here I am to tell you on this precious day, and especially today is a very special day, the World Health Day. Few lines on that first one. Dr. Singh told me, sir, tell me about that. As you know, health is everybody's business. It is everybody's business. Health is the best wealth which has no wealth tax. Right? Yeah. That's the reason whenever the elders bless you, they don't bless you for a good sari or a good shoe. They bless you, Ayurarogya Praptimastu. May God grant you good health and good life. Nothing is bigger than that. If you have a Ayushya without health, and if you have a health without Ayushya, both are bad. You need both. Long life and a healthy life. That is the first particular blessings. That's the reason Ayurarogya Praptimastu. Dharmartha kama mokshanam arogyamam moolamam uttamam. To do dharma, to do karma, to reach moksha, you need health. Sharira madhyamam kalu dharma sadhanam. Sanskrit is a wonderful language. Nothing, even if you have anything, you may have a plenty of money, a big position, a big car, big post. What is the use if you don't have health? How can you enjoy? So being the members of the health professional group, you must first possess, promote and preserve health in the society. Unfortunately, what happens, in the earlier days we waste our health in search of wealth. Later on we waste our wealth in search of health and the doctors become wealthy. This is what happens. That's the reason, in earlier days, in my days, the children used to bring the parents to the hospital. Now the parents bring the children to the hospital. So many. 20 years, full vigor. Good figure, 20 years. 30 years, vigor. 40 years, sugar in the urine. 50 years, high blood pressure. And 60 years, damar. That should have happened. Father has a sugar problem and the son has got a brown sugar problem. Father needs a walker and he needs Johnny Walker. One tamashiga, I will bring some humor also for those people of Kannada. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ನನಗೆ, ಪುತ್ರರೇ, ಆನಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಪರಮಾನಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ? This is in Kannada, those who understand and enjoy, others forget. Ananda and Paramananda. What is the difference? What's the difference? ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಗಸರು ಹುಡುಗಿಯರೆಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಶಿ ಲವ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡ ಪ್ರಿಯ, ಆಕೆ ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಪ್ರಿಯೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಗಸರು ಹುಡುಗಿಯರು ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿ, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಆನಂದ ಪರಮಾನಂದ. All these girls, ladies come well dressed in spite of a sweating hot climate. Still they wear a good sari on lots of ornaments. They come. That is Anand. Why people ask, this is a new sari. How nice you look. Because dress is for others, not for you. Food is for me, not for you. So that is Ananda. With great difficulty, somehow they manage the function, sweating everywhere. Once they go home, throw all these dresses, be in the nightie, that is Paramananda. I know the truth. Abba, Mama. That is Paramananda. So, World Health Day, one, of course, you would be knowing, health is not merely the absence of disease. Who said? Not me. WHO. Health is a positive physical, mental, social state of well-beingness. Just you don't have a visible disease doesn't mean that you are healthy. Health includes the physical health, the mental health and the moral health. That's why Ravi Shankar Guruji wonderfully defined health. Health is a state of disease-free body. Look at this statement. Disease-free body, stress-free mind, and sorrow-free soul. Wonderful. We are all made up of 3 elements. One, the physical body, which you can see. Second, the mind, which you cannot see. You can see my mind. Third, my soul. Sharira, Manassu, Atma. Idra arogyave nijavada arogya. Mental health is equally important. The soul also should be at peace. All the 3 of them demands are different. New kotta idli na, it is a food for my body. But appreciation, good words, love is the food for my mind. Peace is the food for my Atma. You should keep everything in a healthy condition. So health is a very complex process. Some people are very happy to see it, but they are not mentally healthy. They are not mentally healthy. That is the reason why we must observe the World Health Day today. As a matter of fact, every day is a health day. Not today only. You know, this Mother's Day, this Lover's Day, this Father's Day is the Western culture, is not our culture. According to the Indian culture, every day is a Mother's Day, every day is a Father's Day, every day is a Teacher's Day, every day is a Health Day. Happy Mother's Day, it's a duty forever. It is symbolically we are celebrating today, but it is every day. So on this day, let us take the pledge, because we all belong to the profession of health. You should develop the positive attitude. Positive attitude today. That is one thing you have to do it. You know, there are two types of attitude, negative and positive. I met an old man the other day, very old man. I said, sir, how are you? Super, first class. 90-year-old man. Another man I told, sir, how are you? Idden nodi, innu sattilla. Another man I asked him, sir, how are you? He is an old man. He said, doctor, you should not ask this question to the old people. How should I ask? For a 60-year-old man, you ask, how are you? 70-year-old man, how are you now? 8-year-old man, are you there? And 9-year-old man, how are you there so long? And for a 100-year-old man, why are you there so long? This is a negative approach. Positive approach is the one where the bald-headed man doesn't feel unhappy because he is bald. He is happy now he has a larger face area to wash. That is positiveness. So develop the positive attitude and the well-headed consent. Friends, you know, we all get wedded twice in our lifetime. It's a very practical point. Once to our profession. Second, to a life partner. Both are our choice sometimes, but sometimes we have no other choice. There is a truth. Whatever it is. I marry a girl, I have to marry a girl, because beach ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಆದವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಂತ ಮನೆ, ಒಂದು ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಒಂದು ಮನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆದು, ಸ್ವಂತದ್ದಾದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆದು ಅಂತ. So I took up a profession. Why you have chosen this profession is a late question. I should not ask. Due to so many reasons. Maybe you wanted to do something you could not get, or maybe you loved the profession very much. You wanted to be a nurse. Whatever it is, it's a late question. Now the point is that once you have taken the profession, you should never think of a divorce. You have to have a happy married life. You should have a happy married life. Whether it's your life partner or with your profession, you should have a happy married life. You should be an ideal couple. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆದರ್ಶ ದಂಪತಿಗಳು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬುರುಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಕುರುಡ ಗಂಡ ಕಿವಿಡಿ ಹೆಂಡತಿ, ಇವರೇ ಆದರ್ಶ ದಂಪತಿಗಳು. ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ. ಮದುವೆ ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಕೂಡ ಗಂಡನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ಡಾರ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಡಾರ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಡಾರ್ಲಿಂಗ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ಸ್, where are you? After few years, are you dead? First year, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಹುವಚನ, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏಕವಚನ, ಬಾರೋ, ಯಾರು ಗಂಡನಿಗೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಯೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಮನೆಗೆ, ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ಮೃತ್ಯುಂಜಯ ಅಂತ, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್. ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮೃತ್ಯು, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಹೆಸರು ಶತ್ರು ಅಂತ, ಶತ್ರು ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಹೆಸರು ಪಾಪಣ್ಣ, ಪಾಪಿ. They reduce it to that. Married life to begin with is like a chocolate, then it becomes like a murku, a little harder. Then it becomes a chewing gum. You can neither chew nor you can spit. You have to do with that. But forget about the life partner. Marriage, let us not speak much, because the 3-ring circus. Engagement ring, wedding ring, suffering. Let's not speak much about that. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಯಾರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಪುತ್ರಯ್ಯ ನನಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಸುಖವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನೋಡಿ, ತಾಳಿದವನು ಬಾಳಿಯರು ಅಂತಿದೆ, ತಾಳಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದವನು ಬಾಳಿಯರು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಒನ್. There's a big story. I don't know how many of you are married or going to marry, but let it. But the profession, once you're taken up, this is a very important point. You've got to be happy about it, proud about it. Love your profession, respect your profession, recognize it's important. That's very important to be happy in your profession. Never think, never compare your profession with other profession. The human weakness is to compare. Comparison is an insult that I am going to do myself. Why should I compare with others? You know, the fragrance of jasmine, it is not there for the rose. But the color of the rose, even the jasmine does not have it. ಕೋಗಿಲೆಯ ಕಂಠ ನವಿಲಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ನವಿಲಿನ ಸೊಂಟ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮನೆಯ ಯಜಮಾನನ ಗತ್ತು ಆ ಮನೆ ಕಾಯುವ ನಾಯಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ನಾಯಿಯ ನಿಯತ್ತು ಆ ಯಜಮಾನನಿಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. So never and never compare yourself with other professions. Be happy, be proud, and do the best in your profession. Come up with plenty, flying colors. That should be the aim. My friends, I give you 10-point program as freshers to be successful in your professions out of my experience. Number one, as I told you, you belong to the greatest profession of health profession. For that, you must be healthy first. If you have to preach health for others, you should be healthy, So number one, possess, promote and preserve good health. I'm not going to tell you about the health. You have got to possess it. And by good habits, and good exercise, good diet, all about that. Food, very important. Most of the times, we do not know what to eat and what not to eat. How to eat and how much to eat, we don't know. And we put into ourselves in trouble. Exercise, sleep, all that's a very scientific topic. That's not. Health is number one. Number two, 10-point program which you will remember. My dear students, have a dream. Each one of you should have a dream. That's what Abdul Kalam said. Dream, dream, dream. The one of the best ever president ever the country had was Abdul Kalam. I'm telling you. What I will just quickly tell you is that he entered the Rashtrapati Bhavan as a president of India with the 4 suitcases. Only 4 suitcases. One with the 4 pairs of suits, 6 pairs of dresses, and a Bible, and a Quran, and a Bhagavad Gita. He was such a secular man. When he relinquished the office of the President of India, he comes out of Rashtrapati Bhavan with only that 6 suitcases. Then this happened. Somebody asked me, Kalam ji, आपको तो बहुत सारे मेमेंटो मिल गया. You were the President of India. आपके प्रेसिडेंटशिप में कितना मेमेंटो मिल गया, गिफ्ट मिल गया, कितना बहुमान मिल गया, 100 सारे आपको मिले. आप क्यों नहीं लेते आपको घर को ऐसा नहीं? You know what Kalam said? वो पूरा मिल गया. किसको मिल गया? कलाम को नहीं दिया था, वो भारत का राष्ट्रपति को दिया गया था. इसलिए राष्ट्रपति भवन में रहना चाहिए, मेरे घर में नहीं. This is what the value system important. Kalam used to tell to the youngsters, dream, dream, dream. Dare to dream and dream to dare. So my second point is that you should have a dream, each one of you, as to what you want to be and what you want to do in your life. That should be a dream. A life without a dream is like a journey without a destination. You should have a dream. I can walk in the street where there is no light, but can I live a life without a dream? Poet asked. ಬೆಳಕಿಲ್ಲದ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಸುವುದು, ಆದರೆ ಕನಸಿಲ್ಲದ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ಬದುಕಬಹುದು. You should have a dream. What kind of dream? The dream which you can realize. A dream which is possible to realize. A dream which is feasible, which is practical. Not the dream that you get during your sleep, the dream that doesn't allow you to sleep. That kind of dream you should have. It is you and no imitation. Her dream is different, your dream is different. But each one, my request, each one of you should dream today, sir, this is my dream. I shall do this, complete this course, do this one, do that one. Without dream you can't progress. The second point, you should have the dream. Third point, it is easy to have dream. I too had a lot of funny dreams. Especially this age you have funny dreams. I wanted to be an actor. How can I become an actor? I never knew that. That I came to know only other day. My friend from USA met me. He said, Doctor, my daughter is engaged to a boy from USA on $10,000. I just asked him. Then he said, sir, everything is okay. To look at is not so good. ನಾನು ತಪ್ಪಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಕಪ್ಪಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಅದ್ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಕೂಡಲಿದ್ದಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಾಕಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ನಿಮಗೆ ಎದೆ ಚೂರಿ ಹಾಕಿ ನಗಾಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಅವನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಾಧಾನ, ಏನು ನಿಮಗಿಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೆಳ್ಳಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಒಂದು ಒಗ್ಗರಣೆ. Many people do not know how to talk. Everybody can talk, but very few people can talk nicely. That's a big, maybe one day you can arrange, hours together I can talk as to how people talk. I have a student, a medical student, Reddy, he is from Jayanagar, very useless fellow in MBBS, failed many times. And then I used to scold him. Even now he is scared of me. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ, ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಹೇಗಿದ್ಯಪ್ಪ? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಸರ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ದಯ. ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಸರ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ದಯ. ನಿನ್ನ ಮಗ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಸರ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ದಯ. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ದಯ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗಿದೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿ, ಅದು ನನ್ನ ದಯ. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. So dreaming is very common, very useful, but remember, converting the dream into reality is not easy. All cannot do it. All cannot do it. For that you need, if you are really a serious girl, to have a future, to think of a future and to become a personality. You know what's the difference between a person and a personality? Person is like a gold, personality is like an ornament. If you are really serious to become something great in life, you should dream first, convert the dream into reality. For that you need 8 elements. Number 1, determination. Sir, I am determined to become a principal of a nursing college one day. Dedication, discipline, hard work. What is hard work? Sit like a rock and work like a clock. That is hard work. Then hunger for knowledge. You should have a hunger for knowledge. And then self-confidence. Little faith says, I can do it. More faith says, it will be done. The greatest faith says, it is done. Self-confidence and sacrifice. If you start enjoying life during student days, you can't achieve anything. Student days are meant for dedication and complete selfless sacrifice. Vidya Turanam na nidram na sukham. Vidyarthige sukha illa, sukharthige vidya. If you follow these things, you can achieve and convert your dream into reality. You can become great. Very important. Next, develop merit. Don't believe in anything else. Merit should be your power. That's the only. Don't believe in your caste power, nor your money power, nor your contact power. Merit should be your only power, which is your asset, which is your beauty, which is your power and strength, and if you are merited, people respect you wherever you go. Casteism is killing this country because caste is not our choice. Neither is my selection. ಪ್ರಾಣ ಹೋಗುವ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಬಂದರೆ ಭಟ್ರ ರಕ್ತ ಶೆಟ್ರಿಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಶೆಟ್ರ ರಕ್ತ ಭಟ್ರಿಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Then why the bloody is casteism? Don't count on casteism. Count on your merit. And merit comes from hard work. Anybody can be merited. Your caste will not come in the way. What a good word. You know, Veda Vyasa, who classified Vedas into Rigveda, Yajurveda, Ramaveda, Atharvaveda, was a son of a fisherwoman. Valmiki, who wrote Ramayana, is a hunter. He wrote Ramayana. Sri Ramachandra, whom I worship, is a Kshatriya. He is worshipped by the Brahmins. Krishna, whom I worship, is not a Brahmin, he is a Bulla. Kanakadasa, Kurubadasa was a Kalidasa was a Kuruba. Caste will not come in the way of your knowledge. So, knowledge and caste has no relationship at all. Very important point. So, don't relate caste to your knowledge and your jnana. They are two independent things. You can be merited even whatever the caste you belong. Caste is our family-made matter. Whatever the caste my father belonged, I belong to that. He belonged to that caste, his father not belong to it. So don't count on caste. Number one. Number two, caste is also not related to the age. You know, Adi Shankara became a Jagadguru at the age of 32. Not related to your age. Caste is not, knowledge is not related to your religion. Shishunal Sarifa was a Muslim, but he was a great poet in Kannada. Not related to religion. Your knowledge, merit is not related to your caste, not to your age, not your position. Even some people say, sir, I am a poor man, I can't be intelligent. No, bullshit. Abraham Lincoln was the son of a woodcutter. Madame Curie, Michael Faraday, they were selling bookshelves. Poor. Sir Visvesvaraya, the father of engineering in Karnataka. If at all one man to be remembered, it is Sir Visvesvaraya, I am telling you honestly. He was reading under the street light. Such a poor man. His mother said, my son, you have read in the street light. Don't make the children of Karnataka read in the street light. For that sake, he made all the paid students of Karnataka today, he blessed with electricity. You have to be ever grateful to him. Sir Visvesvaraya. Abdul Kalam was selling newspaper for 150 rupees. Has he not become the president? Modi was selling tea. Has he not become prime minister? So don't relate. Your knowledge, your merit can be achieved by anybody. Merit, that one you have to achieve it. And to merit, achieve the merit, as I told you, respect your position and love your subjects. You learn faster. You know the human weakness, brain weakness. Whenever you love something, you learn all about it very quickly. When you hate something, you can't learn it at all. For example, I am a big admirer of Amitabh Bachchan. I know all about him. So, respect your course, love your subject, and adopt all methods of learning. It is written in my books. It's a medical topic. How students learn. No, learning is a physiological process. There are several ways of learning techniques. How do we learn? Number one, by listening to a lecture. More we learn about it by reading. Still more we get by doing. Ashtavida. There are 8 methods of learning. Patana, Shravana, Manana, Karana, Swayamaya, Papana, Chintana, Dharana. So many ways of learning are there, which there is no time to tell you. Method, a student may be good in listening and grasp everything. Other may be good in reading and grasp everything. But put the combined effort, you learn faster. For a lecture on blood pressure, you learn something by listening to a lecture. But you learn little more when you are reading it. But you learn best when you did record the blood pressure from a patient. So there are several methods of learning techniques. Adopt that one. I have never believed in superstition. ನಾನು ಈ ಸಲ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಗಣೇಶನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಯಿ ಹೊಡಿತೇನೆ, ಈ ಸಲ ಪಾಸ್ ಆದರೆ ತಿಮ್ಮಪ್ಪನಿಗೆ ತಲೆಗೂದಲು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ. Why he wants, he has got such a beautiful hair, your hair full of dandruff, why he wants it? No. God helps those who help themselves. Don't go for superstition. And if your mother says, maga pass ಆದರೆ ನಾನು 3 ಸುತ್ತ ಹಾಕ್ತೇನೆ, bullshit. Effort. That's the reason you got to have the merit, and merit has its pros wherever you go. If you come to the United States, my both children are in US. There they count only the merit. ನಾನು ಕುರುಬ, ನಾನು ಕಾಡು ಕುರುಬ, ನಾನು ಜೀವನ ಕುರುಬ. What is your merit? You have a place. Merit has its respect and recognition wherever you go. Kaka Krishna, pika Krishna, kodedu pika kaka. Kage kappu, kogile kappu, ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ? ವಸಂತ ಸಮಯ ಸಂಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿ, ಕಾಕ ಪಿಕ ಪಿಕ. That's the reason you should become a kogile, not kage. Develop merit. Next point, 3 more points are left. As a students, academic success you must get. But remember, education is of 2 types. One for living purpose, other for a good life. Whatever you get for the subject knowledge is not the end of education. Please understand. Sir, surgical nursing, I have gold medal. Is it over? No. Education should be complete. You should have health education, you should have environmental education, you should have cultural education, you should have everything. A total education you should have. Not only academic success alone does not ensure professional success. Take this point. Not family success. I have seen big academic people failing professionally or family wise. You have 6 strata of lives. Number 1, professional life, personal life, social life, family life. You should be good in all the 4. You may be professionally very good nurse, but personally very bad. Who wants you? You have a big name and fame in the society, but family life is 0. Who wants you? That's the reason education should be an overall development of the body, mind and soul. Expansion of intellect, formation of character and acquirement of skill. That is education. Education is not undergoing collecting information. It is undergoing a transformation. That is education. You should have that one. Next point. Apart from the subject knowledge, if you are a good singer, develop singing. If you are a dancer, develop dancing. Painting, do. Sports, yes. Don't restrict yourself only to the subject. If you have some other talents, develop that makes your life colorful, makes others also happy, make yourself happy. That you also grows up. Next, you might in future, after completing the course, you might become a professor, a teacher, or a nurse in a hospital, whatever it may be. Before you become anybody, you must become a good human being first. That's very important. I respect you when you are good. I love you when you are good. If you become rich, people respect you. Why? Not to you, to your richness. Come as a poor man, nobody will care at you. People salute you when you are in power. They salute not to you, to your chair. Hana illade, power illade, adhikara illade nodi. ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎದುರುಗಳು, ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿಯಾದ ಎದುರುಗಳು ಗಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. But if you are a good human being, people like you, people love you, people want you forever. That's the reason, my friends, you must become a good human being, good at heart. Only 2 principles I can tell you: be good and do good. That's all. You don't have to read any big books. What do I say? Be good and do good. That should be the principle. It's nice if you get a gold medal in the university examination. But even if you don't get a gold medal, don't bother. Be a good human being, golden human being, and do a golden job. That's all. That's good enough. You don't have to get the gold medal. And finally, my friends, be clever, not a crook. Be intelligent, not cunning. Be meritorious, not notorious. Be hardworking, not hardly working. Be a lovable person, not an incurable romantic. Be an asset, not a liability. And finally, my friends, I don't know how you do it. You must do it. Don't forget your parents. I'm telling you with great pain. I've seen enough students, when they are youngsters, they exploit their parents, get everything their parents, and forget them in their old age and send them to the old age homes. Why the old age homes are increasing in Bangalore and India, everywhere? Why? With the same children who took everything from the parents and they forget the parents and put them in the old age. Never do that. Promise me, today you don't have to do anything for me. Today silently promise yourself that you shall not forget your parents, especially in their old age. That's a crime. That's a crime. 5 minutes I will finish my speech. ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮಗ 3 ಜನ ಇದ್ದರು ನಡೆದದ್ದು. His father, wife and a son, and an old man to this father, old father. ಆ ಮುದುಕನಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೋಣೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಊಟ, ಇವರಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಊಟ. Many things even today. Old age is not a small thing. You should read my books. It's a tear-shedding story of the old people. Come to my meeting in the old age home. They will tell you, sir, 5 ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸರ್, ಬೇಡಿ ಕಸ ಉಳಿಸಿ ಮುಸ್ರು ತಿಕ್ಕಿ ಮನೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಊಟ ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳಿ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದೆ, ಈಗ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಾಯುವವರೆಗೆ ಬದುಕಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. I have to live till I die, no? They don't look after me. ಈ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ತಟ್ಟೆ, ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್, ಮುದುಕನಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ತಟ್ಟೆ. ಇದು ನಡೆದದ್ದು. ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಮುದುಕ ಸತ್ತೋದ. ಆಗ ಮಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ, ಅವ ಅಂತ್ಯಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವನ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ತಟ್ಟೆ ಕೂಡ ಅಪ್ಪ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಟ. ಆಗ ಅವನ ಮಗ ಬಂದ, ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ವೇರ್ ಮೈ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್. ವೈ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್? ನೋ ನೋ ನೋ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಫುಡ್. ನೋ. ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ತಿರುಗಿ ನೋಡದ ಮಗ ಅಪ್ಪ ಸತ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಡೀ ಊರಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಹಾಕ್ತಾನೆ, ಏನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ? ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ತಿರುಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಪ್ಪ ಸತ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಟೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾರಾಗಿ ಏನು? Whenever you are alive, do it. Never forget your parents. I'm requesting you, especially when they're old, they need your love. It's not only the food that they need your love, your care, your concern, your affection. They die of it. Number 1, never forget your teachers, because they have given you the knowledge. Now it's not a business. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Sakshat Maheshwara, the one who has created knowledge in me. The Vishnu has preserved the good values in me. The teacher who has destroyed all ignorance and confusion from mind, hence he is a Shiva. Hence I respect you. Never forget your teachers, never forget the alma mater, never forget your classmates. Not all of you will become great, I'm telling you. Some of you might become rich, a very high position. Some of you might become poor, maybe unhealthy, maybe low point, low position. Possible. Not all will become, but don't forget that. Remember the story of Sudama and Krishna. Sudama was the poorest friend of Krishna, but Krishna has never forgotten him. When Sudama goes to his palace, Krishna's palace, the gods stop him beating, and Krishna comes running, sheds tears and wrenches his feet. He said, sorry my friend. He treated him with great love and affection. You should see that it is tear-shedding scene for me at least. Never forget your classmates, never forget your teachers, never forget your parents. Mother, kuputro jayate kumata nadurvati. There can be bad children, but can never be a bad mother. Never, never. And don't forget the society. Society has given us this lamb which you have burned. Somebody prepared the brass lamp, somebody prepared the oil, somebody prepared the cotton, somebody made a wig, and you only eat it. What you have done? It is a society. Whatever the things that you have, we have done nothing. Don't forget the society. You must do some social service. In your profession, you must do social service. Of course, money is required, but money is not everything. You must also make some social service. Don't count everything in terms of money. Money is needed, but money is not everything. You should do some ಪಾಲು. ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಾರ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಾರಣ ತುಂಬ ಸೊಗಸ ದಾರಿ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಈಗಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಬೇರೆ. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾಲು ಎಷ್ಟು? ನಾನು ಸತ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಐ ಡೈ ನನ್ನ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬಡ ಬಗ್ಗರ ಪಾಲು, ಆಸ್ತಿ ಪಾಸ್ತಿ ನಗ ನಾಣ್ಯ ವಸ್ತು ಒಡವೆ ಮಡದಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಪಾಲು, ಮಗ ಹಾಕಿದ ಪಿಂಡ ಕಾಗೆಗಳ ಪಾಲು, ನನ್ನ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಗಂಗೆ ಪಾಲು, ದೇಹ ಮಣ್ಣು ಪಾಲು, ಭಾರಿ ದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಪುರೋಹಿತರ ಪಾಲು, ಭೂರಿ ಭೋಜನ ಬಂಧು ಮಿತ್ರರ ಪಾಲು, ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಸತ್ಕಾರ್ಯ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಸತ್ಪುಣ್ಯ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಸಮಾಜ ಸೇವೆ, ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನನ್ನ ಪಾಲು, ಅದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಲು ಇಲ್ಲ. Why I am telling you, I am not to please you, I am telling you, nursing profession is the noblest profession according to me. It is as good a little more than the doctor's profession. Why? They may just operate and go. You will have to hear to you have to be with the patient and listen to their problems. You only are available to clean them, to treat them, to give them love and affection. So what a good nurse requires, competence. We don't require a pathologist, a nervous neurologist, or a heartless cardiologist. We need good people with the heart. So you should have competence. You should have competence, number one. Number two, a concern and a compassion to the patient. Number three, a commitment. You are committed to the patient. Don't forget that. And then character, conduct, very important. We read in the newspaper that nurse sold a boy, got some money. That shall never happen in your lifetime. You shall never and lose your character at for any cost. Character, communication. You should have a good, what we call, talking skill. Many people do not, as I told you, they talk madly. I'll tell you one instance, you're all enjoying how people talk irrelevantly. ಇದು ನಡೆದ ಘಟನೆ ತುಂಬ ತಮಾಷೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್, ಹೌ ಟು ಕನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪೇಷಂಟ್. ನೀವು ಬದುಕುದಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ನೀವು ಸಾಯ್ತಿದ್ದೆ 10 ದಿವಸ ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ನಿಮ್ದು ಮುಗಿದು ಬಿಡಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಸಾ ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತು ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್, ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, commitment, all these are required for a good nurse. Develop that one. And finally, I just tell you one incident how people do not know what to talk, in what occasion. ಇದು ನಡೆದ ಘಟನೆ. You know, people who have the constipation, you can see from their face. They have got a constipated look. They are angry with everybody. For their own problem, they are angry with everybody. You know these patients. 3-4 ದಿವಸ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ? ಒಬ್ಬರು ಹೋಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನನಗೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಸಲ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಹೋಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ that day, you know, I keep my mobile wherever I go, whether it is the bathroom, puja room, bedroom, even in the toilet I keep, because to immediate call is a mannerism. It's a good manners to immediately call, return the call. And you don't know, these days technology does not tell you where you are. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಾಲ್ ಬಂತು, ಪುತ್ರರೇ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ನಾನು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಕೋಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಕೋಣೆ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್. ನಾಳೆ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಂಸಾರ ಸಮೇತ ಮಾಡಿ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಇರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಉಂಟು ಸರ್, ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು? ಈಗ 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನೆಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಹೋಗೋರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ತಂದೆ ಭಯ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಮದುವೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಕೊನೆ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇದು ಹ್ಯಾಪಂಡ್. ನನಗೆ ಈ ಗಸಗಸೆ ಪಾಯಸ ಅಂದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಗಸಗಸೆ ಪಾಯಸ ತುಂಬ ರುಚಿಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕದವ್ರು ಊರಿನವ್ರು ಇತ್ತು. ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆದು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೌತ್ ಕೇರಳ, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ತಮಾಷೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ಅವರು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪುತ್ತೂರಾಗ, ನನಗೆ ಈ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರು. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್. ಯಾಕೆ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು. ಅವ್ರು ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ರೀ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಹತ್ರ ಕುಂಡೆ ಬಿಸಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಿಸಿ ಆಗಿರೋಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಭಾಷೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ತಮಾಷೆ ತಮಾಷೆ. ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ರು. ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್, ಈ ಲೂಸ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಖ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೇಗಿದ್ರು? ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ, ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಪರಿಸಿದ್ರು. ರುಚಿ ರುಚಿ ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಫುಡ್ ಅಂತ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲವೋ? ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಮಾಚಾರ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲವೋ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನು? ನನಗೆ ಲೂಸ್ ಮೋಷನ್. ಇದು ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಇದು ಲೂಸ್ ಮೋಷನ್. ಎಂತವ? ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ 7 ಸಲ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಿನ್ನೆ 8 ಸಲ ಆಗಿದೆ, 39 ಸಲ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಿ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನಾಗಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಲೂಸ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ಮ ನೋಡಿ. ಕೈ ನೋಡಿ, ಕೈ ಒಳಗಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಬರೀ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ವಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣವಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಶರಣ ಆಯಿತು. ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ಮ. ನಾನು ತಪ್ಪಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದೇ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸೇಮ್. ಅದು ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು? ವಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್, ಸೆಮಿ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್, ಸಾಲಿಡ್? ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಸಗಸೆ ಅದೇ ಕಣ್ಣ, ಅದೇ ಕಣ್ಣ ಹಂಗೆ ಇತ್ತು. ತಿನ್ನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಬರೀ ಮಗ. ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು? ಸೊ kindly develop a good communication skill in the health. I am happy to inaugurate this function. And the last word is that I don't know how you do it, my children. Please make your parents feel proud of you. Make your teachers feel proud of you. Make your classmates feel proud of you. Make this nation feel proud of you. Good luck. Good luck. Thank you.